Welcome back. Community Access first launched the Changing Minds Young Filmmaker back in 2015 as a way to give young people a platform to share their personal experiences through film. It has now grown to a festival showcasing the films of talented young filmmakers from around the world. Here to speak about this year's festival is the Director of Advocacy for Community Access, Jordyn Rosenthal, and filmmaker Julia Messick. Hello, Jordyn and Julia. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, so of course I gave a little bit of an overview of the importance of the program and how it has grown, but this is also Mental Health Awareness Month. So talk to me about how the organization kind of uses this filmmaking kind of approach to address these issues, of course.
Yeah, so Community Access is a supportive housing provider, which means that we build housing and offer support services on site and have a lot of wraparound services and other things like a supported education program, a peer training program, and even a crisis respite center. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because all of it is about wellness and fighting stigma, and that's a big part of our work. And the Changing Minds Young Filmmaker Festival is really about that. How can we change perceptions about what mental health is, who suffers, or I don't even like saying suffers, but who deals with mental health, what does it look like, and really being able to connect people to feel less alone. So you can kind of be like, wait, oh, that person felt that way too? Oh, cool. Or not cool. You know what I mean?
Right, but at least started the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Of like, this is normal, this is happening. With that as well, obviously the film festival is now in its 10th year.
So
Talk to me
exciting.
about this evolution as well of what we've seen over the last 10 years.
Yeah. So the film festival actually first started as like kind of like an auxiliary to the adult version of the Mental Health Film Festival, which was created by my predecessor, this woman named Carla Rabinowitz. And it's really just blossomed into this amazing event where we have filmmakers, like you said, from all over the world who are young people who are coming to say like, hey, mental health doesn't have to fit this one box. And it's a way to, like I said, connect with people and kind of change perceptions.
Right. I mean, and with that as well, obviously we have this showcase of incredible filmmakers, and we have Julia here with us. Congratulations. I mean, you are now being chosen to showcase your film as well. Talk to me about what your film is about and obviously having this opportunity to showcase it as well for more people to see.
Of course. Well, Solstice was really inspired by the harsh winters in New York, the seasonal depression that may come with that. And I'm so happy to be part of this film festival and be able to start conversations about mental health and kind of create a community of people who may feel this way, or even to educate people about these mental health issues that a lot of people are facing.
Yeah. How did you kind of come across the film festival and this opportunity as well?
So I first learned about Community Access as, of course, it's a nonprofit that's helping so many people in New York. And I really appreciated that it was uplifting young filmmakers, because not enough film festivals do that. And, the film festival gives so many opportunities, adding the films to this library of other films that will be screened in, libraries and schools, and that start conversations and, again, create community for people experiencing this. So I thought it was really beautiful.
Now, of course, Jordyn, when you hear about obviously some of these topics that we deal with, like a seasonal depression or these winter blues sometimes that we even hear, how important is it to create a space where we can, one, showcase and see that it is happening, but also talk about it as well?
It's so essential. A big part of my work, even outside of this, is really educating people about the idea of peers. And peers are people with their own mental health lived experience. And, whether it's saying that we need peers on crisis response teams or peers on homeless outreach teams, peers are essential because they make you feel less alone. Peers are the work that are like the glue, right? It's that way that builds community to kind of understand, oh, well, someone else felt that. Or, I don't have to say what my depression feels like because you understand through that lived experience too. That kind of, we can share space without naming the thing. And I think that's really beautiful and so important. And building community is such an important part of wellness. And the other thing that I just think about in relation to this opportunity and Mental Health Awareness Month is art as a modality of wellness. So this film, do you feel like it was cathartic to make it?
Definitely, yeah. I really appreciate, how art can be such a therapy, where you can kind of express something that you don't even really know how to put into words yet. Solstice was very much started by just like a feeling that I wanted to show, and at the time I was writing a lot of poetry, and so I kind of just went out with this idea of I'm going to try to express this feeling through pictures and put it together, and but yes, it's very therapeutic. It's very cathartic.
Yeah,
I
and
picked up what you put down.
we all did at that. I mean, and obviously having that opportunity, Julia, to put something like this together and to showcase it to people, how does that process kind of make it different as well? Because I think sometimes when we're dealing with these mental health components, sometimes it feels very like singular and like you are alone. But to be able to have an opportunity to showcase it to more people and start that conversation as well, how does that feel for you?
Right. I mean, it feels incredible. It's a very vulnerable film, so it may feel a little bit awkward at some points, and I'm sure other filmmakers who kind of express their mental health struggles through film as well feel similarly. But I'm glad it can start conversations. I think that's so incredibly important to show authentic experiences and to connect with other people. I feel like when people watch the film, they have a hard time talking about it even. A lot of people start with, oh, like the cinematography is beautiful, and then ease their way into how they actually felt. So I think, the more we can destigmatize these conversations, the better.
Yeah. When you talk about even destigmatizing this topic, what would you say? I mean, you're one of 10 young filmmakers who are being chosen to showcase your work. What advice would you give to other young filmmakers who maybe are kind of don't know how to talk about these vulnerable topics that can sometimes be empowering on the other side of it, but are at the very start maybe of their journey? What would you tell them?
Definitely. I mean, film does not have to be this huge process of finding a 50-person crew and paying for expensive lights. I very much went out and took my little camera and filmed in the park and then filmed myself. And it doesn't have to, cost anything. It doesn't have to be something you even have to share with people along the way. It can just be something you're making for yourself, and you edit it together and put it out into the world if you feel comfortable. If you don't, that's okay as well. But again, like using art as therapy is so incredibly important and useful, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and with that as well, Jordyn, obviously when you hear about Julia's experience, even taking, like you said, her little camera and being able to take the initiative to get out there and showcase this topic as well, what advice would you give to people maybe who are wondering, should they attend the festival? Why should they go? Like, what would you let them know about attending?
They should totally attend the festival. First of all, it's a magnificent, that came out weird, magnificent location. It's at the Village East Cinema in Lower Manhattan, kind of East Village vibes. And we rent out a whole theater, so it feels very luxurious. We have all of the filmmakers, and you can get tickets at our website, it's below down there. Sorry.
And for our viewers, of course, it
Yes.
will be on your screens as well, so you can check it out.
So please
for sure.
go get tickets. And you can also look at our community access website. And the other thing that I would promote is under the advocacy section, under community access, we have a calendar that has all different events, not only our Young People's Film Festival, but different ways people can get involved in advocacy and fight stigma and change the perception of mental health in New York City.
Wow, that's incredible. And of course, a very important resource at that end. We will make sure we have that website up on the screen for people. I mean, when you also look at kind of how the festival has grown over these last 10 years, and these specific filmmakers who are going to be showcasing this year as well, to see their journey from the outside looking in, and sometimes I'm sure even working with them, how does that feel for you?
Oh, I am like, anyone who knows me says that I'm like a mama bear, big cheerleader. Like, I'm so happy and so proud for all of these young filmmakers. The work that they did is so amazing. The vulnerability, putting their heart and soul out there for people to comment on, takes a lot of nerve. And I am just so enthralled that they had the ability to say, like, I'm going to make something and put it out there and just see what happens. And I'm really excited for all of their journeys.
Yes. I mean, and speaking about journey, of course, Julia, for you, obviously having this opportunity, what's next, or what do you want to kind of continue to do from here now when we first see Solstice now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to continue making films that show and screen mental health. One of the films I released recently is called Attached, and it has a similar, a similar feeling through like mental health, and it tells a story, of course, that's authentic, and it's more of a narrative rather than this film that's very experimental. So I've been able to start even more conversations that way. But yeah, I would love to continue, and I definitely will be.
Amazing. Now, of course, Jordyn, as we wrap up as well, for people who may be watching and are dealing with some of these mental health struggles as well, what would you tell them about kind of seeking help or just being able to kind of find sources to, help them in their journey as well?
Yeah. So first of all, not enough people know about 988, the 3-digit crisis line. So if you're ever, feel like you need someone to talk to, some kind of thing, please use 988. It's a great resource. Otherwise, really find someone that you feel comfortable with, that peer identity, and create a community of support, right? So for instance, I'm a peer. I'm someone who identifies as having mental health concerns, and I may not be in crisis today, but I make sure that I go to therapy and I go to other things to support me to make sure my wellness is okay. So really just encouraging people to develop that support system and have access to tools, because you may not need it right this second, but it's always good to know where it is in your back pocket.
Yeah, and you talked about that hotline right there that people can reach out to.
Yeah.
Can you say it one more time for us?
988.
988, yeah.
So like 911, but 988, and it's just the crisis hotline, and it anywhere in the country it'll work.
That's incredible to hear right there. And even with that, I feel like obviously having an opportunity to also, for them to check out a creative outlet, that is incredible that you guys are doing it. So thank you so much again, Jordyn, Julia, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. And of course, if you or someone you know may want to be interested in checking out this film festival or attending it as well, please go to the website on your screen below to learn more. We have to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Open after this.